This is the Battle of the Alamo, and it is Mejia in the black from Mexico taking on USA's Holly Scott in the purple. My name's Tim Baghurst, and for reasons I don't know, we're at -1 serving 0. I think our officials got the score a little backwards. Let's see if it gets corrected.
I think she's trying to figure out how to correct it.
I do too. My name's Tim Baghurst, joined for this match by Sandy Rios. Asher Baghurst. Statman is at the controls. He'll be taking care of unforced errors. Asher asked me earlier, would this be a quick match? And my response, Sandy, was, I really think it depends on who wins game 1.
Yes. Potentially, yes, it could be a quick. However, I don't see it being quick unless somebody gets on a roll and they just dominate.
Well, the favorite will be, of course, the 3-seed Mejia, who's played
Correct.
extremely well over the last 12 months. Dropped a little bit in the last 6 months or so. Couldn't maintain that dominant four, I believe, tournaments in a row victories. Holly Scott hasn't been to all the tournaments, and as a consequence has slipped down the seedings and hasn't really had any marquee wins recently.
Right. And there you saw an ace serve from Mahia.
Over to my right, just behind me, is Daniel De La Rosa, the boyfriend of Holly Scott, providing some coaching assistance.
Yep, which pretty knowledgeable coaching there.
Yeah, he knows a few things about racquetball.
A little. And they're a very nice serve by Mahia.
Well, if I was Daniel De La Rosa, I would be arguing for a timeout right now to reset.
Yes.
Right? You're down 5-0. You haven't really got in the service box. Okay, let's start all of this over again. Make that 6.
Yep. Yeah. And Holly Scott thought that was short, but it was.
Yeah, it was clearly good.
It was very good.
Hopeful more than expectant, maybe.
But this is where the quick can come in, Tim, right? If Mahia continues like this, it will be a quick game. Scott's got to figure out a way to stop that.
There's a side out. A loose lob serve from Montse Mejia. It's one of the things I think the players on tour really could improve is their second serve.
Yes, it's almost like an afterthought, right,
Yeah.
when it comes to training?
I'll just throw it up there, see what happens. That's better from Scott. Staying low, snapping that wrist. Down the line winner. Very nice.
Very nice, yes.
If you're just joining us, we're a little later than scheduled because Jessica Parrilla needed a tiebreaker to overcome Brenda Laime. Excellent win for the Mexican. Ooh, that's loose from Montse Mejia.
And that was a beautiful ceiling ball. I had the perfect angle. I'm right here on the wall. It was literally right on the wall.
Slid down that left wall. Scott now settling in at 3, serving 6. Very nicely done.
Yep, just a punch into the corner. Good side. I mean, good direction on the pinch, right? Sharply to the right. And that one clearly short.
Over to my left, Seinhorst will be taking on Longoria. That was scheduled for this court, but we don't want to be delaying these athletes any more than necessary. And we have courts available, so some of these matches are getting moved over. And pending the speed of this match, we should see Ross taking on Vargas.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
On this match, Ross winning in 2 over Lexi York earlier. Vargas with the bye.
And they're mishit by Scott.
Yeah, it didn't look confident, that swing.
I think she was farther away from the ball than she actually thought she was. And they're a nice backhand. And Scott's going to have to keep those backhands off the back wall for Mejia, because when Mejia's in front of her, she's going to put the ball down.
Let's take another look at this. Replay coming up. I think that's the right call. Ball was over on the right. I don't think Scott was, really just had a visual problem seeing that.
Well, clearly unable to see it enough to be able to get in position one way or the other to take the ball. So good call on that one. And there we see something that I've seen more this season is the attack to the forehand on the drive serve. It used to be we almost never saw it, right? You would do it just to keep them from cheating every once in a while. But now it's become a true weapon for a lot of these ladies.
We're going to see a timeout.
Smart one.
Well, it's 4-9. Well, you and I said that it should have happened a while ago. But
5 points ago, right?
First one for Scott. It's 4-9. Back in just a moment.
Team captains. And there's a smart shot by Scott. And I think she's gone to the pinch too much. And so that cross court was a much smarter shot. Mejia was not looking for it. And we saw how Mejia just kind of liked that drive Z serve. She was all over that.
So Sandy, we got Statman over here keeping track of skips. We're gonna expand the selection tomorrow.
Okay.
But he's taking care of skips this afternoon. And one of the things we noticed with Laime and Parrilla was just the number of unforced errors from Brenda Laime. And it punctuated that this isn't the normal Laime we see. And oh, look, she didn't win. Right. Now, so far, we've got 2 for Scott, 1 for Mejia. It's a clean game.
Right.
Both players are playing solid racquetball.
Yes. I mean, they're playing good racquetball. The winning shots are winning shots. It's not, as you said, we've had 3
It's not
where somebody's
sloppy.
giving it away.
Yeah.
Right?
Both of these players very mobile. And I think what we're seeing is a contrast of 2 styles. Scott, I think most would argue, is a shooter, likes to go for it. Mejia, more of a passer, likes to be more patient, rally, longer balls, longer rallies. We'll see which one comes out on top.
I think I would almost call Mahia a chess player on the court, because I think she plans. I think she actually, when she's on her game, she's thinking, and she's putting the ball where she thinks you're going to have more trouble getting it, right?
Ooh, look at that.
That was beautiful.
Very nicely done. 7 serving 9. Wonderful pickup from Mahia. And again. And
Yeah.
Scott had the opportunities. You got to credit the defense of Montse Mejia to keep that ball alive, wait for her chance, and then take it.
Right, and that last shot by Scott caught the side wall and then set Mahia up for the winning shot.
Smart shot.
Yep.
Hope you're enjoying the coverage wherever you're watching from. Big thank you to all the sponsors on that front wall for supporting the tour and this tournament. Can't do it without you. ProKenix have been here doing photo shoots this afternoon.
Oh.
Montse Mejia, though, says, none of that nonsense. Let me just play, win, and move on to tomorrow.
Right, and that pinch from Mahia, it wasn't hard, wasn't a dink. It was just measured.
She knew what she was doing. And again.
And there, I think where Scott, she's got to change it up. Mahia was waiting on the pinch. That's been her shot the whole game, and Mahia was sitting there waiting on it.
Just short. That was a close one. A loose return from Holly Scott. (11-6).
Nice get.
And it's interesting, right? Watch this for Mejia. Took the pace way off the ball. We've said this before, Sandy. Mejia isn't the cleanest hitter. Doesn't hit crisp winners like Alexandra Herrera, and yet somehow finds a way.
Well, as I said, it's a chess game, right? So she hits a shot you maybe don't expect, right? And she puts it in the right place with the right speed and the right spin. And so you're scrambling, and what happens? You return it, but you've just set her up.
6 serving 12. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So
And
is
that's
that
quick foot.
intentional? You tell me.
It's hard to say it's not.
It's hard to say it's not. With somebody that has the hands of Montse Mejia. Credit the defense of Scott to dig that ball off the wall, but look at this from Mejia. Very comfortable forehand pinch.
Well, that's
Another point.
That's almost like a bread and butter for her, right? You put her there.
Nice shot from Scott that time, though.
Yeah, and you saw the nice attack. She attacked the ball, right? She didn't just swing, she attacked it. And it was a clear winner.
Oh! Behind the back for Mejia. It's a perfect
Nice.
ceiling ball,
Yes.
too.
Oh, all
my
that work
goodness.
for Mahia. Oh my gosh, great defense, and then the easy one.
What a fun rally to watch. Everybody take another look. Mejia finally got what she wanted and missed it.
And she knows it.
So well, it should be a replay, I think. Take another look. You could argue something else, TJ? Or Sandy, sorry.
I think she was going for the pinch. I don't think she was going straight in. If you're going for the pinch, you don't get that shot, right?
Wait
and just
for
a
it.
replay.
Oh, I think our official wasn't quite sure what happened. 7-13.
Yeah, and we've
That's
seen
tough to
Mahia,
do.
but we've seen her do it
Yeah.
every tournament. And there you saw Mahia. She doesn't do too much when she doesn't have her feet set, right? Puts the racket out, keeps her wrist firm, and lets the momentum of the ball put it down for her.
Skip ball Mejia. We have two quarterfinalists so far. Jessica Parilla, very nice win over Brenda Laime. Gabby Martinez taking out Michelle Key, who, tournament by tournament, the ranking is slowly going up. That's a very nice shot from Scott.
Yes.
I think probably her favorite shot, don't you?
Yes.
4 unforced errors apiece in this first game.
Ooh,
Never mind.
5-4.
Scott now has 4, Mejia with 5, yet Mejia leads.
Well, it's also when do you make your unforced error, right?
Clean down the line from Mejia. Earns a game point again, 14-9. Maria Jose Vargas watches on. She's taking on Naomi Ross after this. Skip Mejia. Look at the expression. Looks back to Alexandra Herrera, her doubles partner. Another unforced error this time from Holly Scott. You have to wonder, There's a lot of balls coming off the back wall on the return of serve.
Yes.
Sandy, you play on these courts a lot. Quick courts, slow courts, what's your take?
They're not quick, but they're not especially slow. So I would put them at like a medium speed. They're panel right. I don't consider them particularly quick courts. I actually would consider them more on the slow side. So overhitting is what I'm going to say. Early in the tournament, everybody's a little anxious, overhitting. Both of them know the other can easily beat them if they don't play their game.
We're also playing with a pen purple, which is a fairly pacey ball.
And it's what we normally play with here. I'm just going to say that's what this court plays with, or this club plays with.
Sure. I'm just referencing the fact we switched from green to purple.
True. Well, green on these courts is much faster. So obviously it's faster on any court, but I'm not gonna say it's the court's quicker. I'm gonna say that they're just maybe hitting the ball a little higher and harder.
Yeah, I just wondered who the ball switch favors the most, the power player or the control player.
Wow.
If I went on record, I would say I look at Longoria, who's climbing the rankings again, and I would say maybe the control player. And there it is from Mejia, just baiting Holly Scott into hitting one too low, and an unforced error from Scott.
Well, what's the problem? What is the hardest thing to do when you've got a great defensive player? You hit a good shot, they return it. You hit a better shot, they return it. What do? Eventually you go for too much and you skip it in for them. They don't have to hit the winner. They just have to make you hit the skip.
Nice shot from Mahia, who raises her hands and says, well, so
what took
easy.
me so long?
Yeah, what took me so long? She claims the first 15-9. So let's debate this if you're in the chat. Is the purple ball faster than the green, or is the green faster than the purple? Because, Sandy, I'd argue purple is faster than green. We'll be back in just a moment.
The mission of FSU Coach is to prepare and equip the next generation of coaches and sports professionals with best practices and current research to enable them to pursue excellence. We have 2 academic programs, the online graduate certificate, which is 4 classes, and also a 10-class master's in athletic coaching. Our graduate certificate and master's program can be started at any time, either the summer, fall, or spring. All of our classes have the word coach or coaching in them, and they're taught by coaches for coaches.
The types of classes that we offer focus on the athlete as a whole person. We focus on the theory and practice, the research, the helping skills, even some of the mental performance behind what it goes into being an athlete. I came to FSU Coach because I truly believed in the mission and the purpose of the program.
I think I have my dream job being a head coach at Florida State, but I know there's always more ways that I can help my athletes and better prepare as a coach, so I thought joining this master's program would help me learn different ways to attack my job. If you're interested in going into coaching or joining the FSU Coach program, I would just say don't even think about it and do it.
I'm Jessica Parrilla and I play with Yearbooks. A great athlete is about discipline, effort, constance, and before to be a great athlete, you have to be a great person. One of my future goals is be on the top 3 in the professional tour again. I did it once and I think I can go back there. I enjoy the passion of the game. I enjoy the passion of the life, of everything. And I always think love is the first thing in everything. The things I think, the things I say, and the things I do are on the same line. And enjoy, because we don't know how long.
And we're back live, everybody. Tim Backer, Sandy Rios. Surprise, Sandy.
I
You're
know.
on camera.
No, I'm supposed to be behind the camera.
Well, you're on it now. Let's go back to the action. Mejia is serving first in this game, too. Played very well in the first game. Slightly less unforced errors than Scott, but putting balls down, crucially.
Well, that's ultimately it. The other thing that Mejia does so well, and she did well the first game, is her defense. She gets so many balls returned, and you just go for too much. And while you may not be, the too much may not be a skip, the too much is you miss hit, you leave it up, and then she puts it down. And that's much better from Scott, right? And I think Scott pinches too much sometimes. And I think she did in the first game because we saw so many times where Mejia was just waiting on it and the ball's down.
Excellent winner, third shot from Holly Scott.
And you saw her come from up, down on the ball instead of waiting for the. It took time away from Mahia to get in position.
This time the ball was loose as it came to the middle. Once Mejia says thanks very much, guides it down the right side for a side out.
I'm going to say Scott needs to stay away from that Z to the forehand. It's not been good to her.
Another 3-shot rally. We're here in San Antonio, Texas, the YMCA. The home, by the way, of the World Championships to be held later this summer.
Yeah, another fun tournament here.
Big shout out to Sandy and Dean Shear and others who've helped make that event and this event possible. Can't do it without them.
Oh,
Ooh.
That was beautiful.
Really was.
And it wasn't a bad ceiling ball by Scott.
No, but it was a very relaxed and confident swing, wasn't it, from Mejia? Over to my left, Seinhorst and Longoria kicking off their match round of 16s.
Oh. And you see that what Mejia does, it just pushes it into the sidewall hard enough that it kisses the front wall, and Scott almost there, but just slow enough and low enough that she couldn't get there.
It's another 3-shot rally, and this is the return of serve that's causing Scott some problems. 5 serving 1.
And she got down in a hole like this the first game and just couldn't get out of it.
Sounds like the YouTube song, Sandy. Stuck in a rut, just can't get out of it.
Well.
Please don't start singing.
I promise you. Oh, and there again, a very nice one. Scott attacks the ball and strikes confidently. That's the type of shot she hits.
Well, Sudsy Munchik in the chat, we were talking about which one is fast, purple or green. Apparently the green is the fastest that they've ever made.
And personally, I think the green is faster than purple. Now, Sudsy said something about the blue.
The purple is the slowest.
Really? Okay, I will go with that. I would actually maybe put the blue a little slower, but I also think the blue ball is heavier off the racket.
Skip ball, Scott.
Yep.
Another clean winner from Montse Mejia, who's playing very controlled, effective racquetball.
Yes. And her forehand has been spot on.
We're going to see that timeout taken by Holly Scott because Mejia leads 7, serving 2. And we're back, everybody. Tim Bagger, Sandy Rios. Sandy, right now, Monse Mejia playing like a 3 seed.
Yes. Well, and her forehand has been spot on, right? And Scott's not keeping it away from the forehand. And I'm going to say Monse is one of the quickest when that ball wraps around here in the backhand corner, where instead of backing up and taking the forehand, she can whip around and take a forehand on that faster than anybody else.
Skip ball from Holly Scott.
Yeah, she had her shot there, right? Not a great serve, came off the back wall, but she skipped it.
But if you're going to skip it, you can't skip it when the other person's serving, not
right.
in quote-unquote regular scoring.
Right.
It's just too costly.
No, if it was rally scoring, it doesn't matter when you skip, right? But this is when your opponent's serving. You can't skip the ball.
That's loose from Mejia.
Oh, that was tough.
No, she skipped it.
It looked tough until you realize it missed the front wall.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Mejia try that before. Eight serving 2.
And Scott's getting her shot. She's getting opportunity. She's just not able to quite put it down.
That's clean.
Yes.
That's better. Scott just hasn't had any rhythm, momentum, any sort of extended period in the service box.
Well, it's like she's trying to find what she wants to do, right?
Even that, you don't expect that shot. Reverse pinch back to where your opponent is.
But it's done so well, it doesn't matter. Your opponent's right there. It just doesn't matter because she can't get to it.
Ooh, that was a loose serve.
And that a better shot from Scott?
Yeah, just not a good rally from Mejia.
Mm. And okay, so there in my eyes, here's the problem that Mejia is posing for Scott. Mejia takes the ball on the rise, right? So she's cutting off time for her opponent. Oh, nice. But you when you do that, I like that the serve, the ball's coming up and Mejia's on it, which it's fractions of a second, but you and I both know that's the huge difference in somebody returning a shot and it being a winner.
Wow, that was really tough. Excellent serve. Mejia did extremely well to dig that ball up. And then Scott just leaning back, casual looking, rolls it on the front wall.
Well, maybe Scott can build something on this. This is where she needs to start getting some momentum. Ugh.
But the serves are really not causing the problems that they should be or could be for Montse Mejia.
No.
Mejia is just stepping in and hitting those returns, putting Holly Scott on the back foot.
Oh, and that was a beautiful down the line from Scott, right? It stayed on the line. It didn't come off the back wall. Nothing Mejia could do with it.
Oh, my goodness.
That looked like me.
Look
I
at
hate to
this from
say it.
Mejia. Yeah, you don't have to go for the roll.
No. You have the whole court. All you have to do is put it
Hit the
in
front wall.
Hit the front
Just
wall.
hit the front wall.
Keep it off the back wall.
Yeah. But Mejia
Okay.
regroups and says, well, here's what I should have done.
Yes. Oh, a little too much, a little too casual, right? Because had she let that ball drop, she had plenty of room to get her racket behind it. And the way her forehand's been, she would have put that down.
Excellent pinch winner from Mejia.
Right, but the thing I'm seeing is Mejia is reading Scott's shots. And I think Scott's telegraphing where they're going because she sets up with it. And then there's no, if I can tell where it's going to go, Mejia knows where it's going to go.
That was good.
We're going to have a replay.
Oh, I don't like that. You tell me. Scott wasn't asking for one as far as I could see. I thought that ball was past, Sandy.
That was close.
Well, over to my left, I think Longoria has won the first against Seinhorst.
But see, you saw the forehand by Scott, right? And it was not the shot I would have told her to take because she pinched it right into Mejia because Mejia saw that the forehand coming. She saw that pinch coming.
Very nicely done. Scott still behind by 4, but you feel Sandy's certainly not out of this. And
No.
Montse Mejia does this from time to time, kind of plays very crisp and clean and then kind of mentally takes a break.
It's like she goes on vacation.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a nice ceiling ball by Scott.
What? What's going on?
Oh, I think think no.
Both
what happened?
players stopped.
Yeah, Mejia held her hand up for a replay, but didn't get it. And
Well,
then Scott,
I thought Lime was going to call it. Lime went
Yes.
to knock on it and then changed
and then
her
stopped,
mind.
and then So, yeah, I probably would have replayed the whole point because as a ref, you
can't. After that, you can't.
Well, no, but you should have. She should have stopped it.
She should have
right.
stopped it.
But she
Agreed.
didn't at that point. They both should have kept playing. Yes.
Well, that rally certainly tested their lung capacity.
No, it's just hot and humid. It's Texas in the springtime. And there was a
Forehand
nice
pinch.
pinch, yes. Yeah, and you see how Mahia caught that as on the rise. Knew if she hit it quick, she didn't have to do anything special with it, just quicker. Scott wasn't able to get there.
Still 10-6. We've been stuck here for a while. And it's Mejia who breaks a deadlock. 4 points away from this match. Coming up after this, Vargas, Ross. Ross survived a hit to the face this morning.
Yeah.
Pretty bad.
She's going to look really cute tomorrow with a nice black on her eye. It's going to be pretty. Bless her heart.
Yeah, from her doubles teammate, no less.
Exactly. It's usually how it goes.
Timeout on the court. That's why I don't play with you anymore, Sandy.
I know.
Timeout on the court. We'll be back in
I don't
just a
have
moment.
many bruises now.
We're back in, everybody.
Oh, nice.
Wow. That's too
nice
good.
play, Monty. That was beautiful defense from her.
You can't fault either player in that rally, really.
No.
Both of them playing well. Both of them getting balls back you don't expect. Ultimately, though, it's Holly Scott who's in the service box.
So, Tim, what's Munsey's best? Her offense or her defense?
What is she best at?
Yes.
Defense.
What is her? Okay, so you would
And-
put. She's got good offense, but much better defense,
Yes,
right?
and I think that's what makes her so effective in doubles.
Oh,
because
absolutely.
I mean, even if we look at the unforced errors in game 2 and game 1, she has less. She has less than her opponents. But I will say, Sandy, over the past, I would say 18 months, that's part of her game which has changed. She used to only play defense. Now she's striking the ball a little more aggressively than she used to. And I would argue, that was a loose ceiling ball, I would argue that's why she did become world number 1 and is world number 3. It's because she's learned to take shots when she has the opportunity, win points when she can.
Right. And I think she's learned to attack the ball when needed. And I think that's what a lot of players kind of struggle with, right?
Look at that. That's a great example.
Yes.
Side out, 12-6. Scott just cannot find that serve that's going to give her what she wants.
Oh, I thought she had that one. Yeah, but there you saw the defense, right? It was a great ceiling ball by Scott. Let me just put it up. Give her the shot and chance to shoot. But she didn't put it down. It took her another shot to get the winner.
By the way, Mejia, the 3 seed. 2 seed is Longoria playing over to my left. Looks like she's comfortably ahead. Scott with this skip this time.
Right.
And should they continue to win, Mejia will take on Longoria in the semifinal.
Ooh.
And I know somebody who's appreciative of that is 1 seed Maria Jose Vargas.
Yes. Well, we know the top 3. They all have to, at some point, 2 of them are going to meet in the semi.
Yep,
right?
and they can all beat each other.
Yep.
And they all have.
That's why it's so tight. 1 through 3 is incredibly close right now.
Yeah. Well, Maria Jose Vargas just walked past me, and I don't know if you got a hit of icy hot, but I sure did.
I was like, who took a bath in the icy hot? Oh, my heavens.
That would be Vargas.
Wow. But knowing her, it's just preventative, I don't know.
She's probably getting sore sitting here all day waiting for her match.
That's highly possible because, looks like we've got a problem with the racket. Scott headed to the...
Yeah, the grip on the bottom
went.
came off. So Scott has 30 seconds to get another one, which she does.
Good thing she's quick. I think her bag was clear at the other end of the gym.
So I don't know if this is just me, but if you watch Mejia's left shorts, the left side is pulled up, and she pulled it up at the beginning of the match, and it stayed that way. I don't know if that's on purpose, if it's got some kind of, I don't know, but
okay, I'm just going to go. It's no different than when the girls pull up one side of a skirt.
Yeah, but why?
Because they feel like it constricts
shot.
Leg movement.
Okay.
Whether it really does or not.
It's mental.
Yes.
That's clean.
Yep.
Mejia finally gets a point. She's at 13-7, 2 points away from this match, placed in the quarterfinal. Well done, bending
I
low.
I think Scott's got to take a little more time and do more with that backhand because she punched it too hard. It came right off, and Mejia was there with the forehand.
Great hands. Keep that alive.
Oh, good try. But see, you saw where Scott stepped up. You taught this to the juniors, right? Got that ball off.
Yeah.
And look what happens. She punches it past Mejia. Mejia can't get a racket on it.
I will say, should Mejia win this match, it's a tasty matchup against Gabby Martinez.
Oh,
Not yet, says Holly Scott.
Nope. And that was a nice shot by Scott.
Winner takes Martinez. Should Mejia take on Martinez, that would be a repeat of many Junior World Championship matches. Those two going at it time and time again.
It will be a fun match if it happens.
Jessica Parrilla will be taking on Alexandra Herrera. Salas Amaya, taking on the winner of Seinhorst Longoria. Right now, that's looking like Longoria. Wow. Mejia going for something extraordinary, claiming it on something extraordinary. Let's see if we can get this again. Just over the shoulder, just went for something, and Scott just not ready for it. And so, just like that, we got what we wanted, what Mejia wanted.
Right.
Which is, I got to the quarterfinals as the 3 seed.
Yep.
Scott, still looking for that breakthrough win, that marquee, I beat a top 6 player.
Right, and it's not that Scott's playing bad. She's not playing bad. It's just, I think Mejia, she does this to everybody, not just Scott, but she, like I said, she cuts things off. She takes them on the rise. She makes you think harder. I think she reads the ball very well. And as you said, Scott could never find a serve that could get anything good for her to put down. And then when it did, it was almost like a surprise, and she was unable to put it down. So I think Scott can do it. I think she just needs to find her rhythm earlier and maybe come up with some better, different serves, or the ones she has, put them in better.
One of the things I want to talk about, we look at the stats, thanks to Asher Baghurst over to my right, by the way, for doing that. 8 unforced errors for Holly Scott, just 4 for Mejia. And you start to look at the score line, and those add up.
That's 4, yeah.
My question for you is, if, let's say, you're coaching Holly Scott, do you say, you know what, you're not in the top 8, you're not restricted as to what you play open. Get more matches, get more wins under your belt, get that confidence, rather than coming in, maybe winning a round of 32, and then having to play a top seed in the 16s.
Right.
Might benefit her.
It might. And actually, she could actually use that as a stepping stone, right? I'm working on this serve. Well, it's not.
We've seen Carla Munoz, for example, do that a lot.
For a long time, right? We see all the young ones doing it because if you can't consistently win open at a tournament, you're not going to win pros. So you've got to consistently win open to say, okay, nobody's beaten me in open. Now, you may beat me there, but I am right here. But I think Scott just couldn't find a serve that was really.
It wasn't a weapon today.
No weapon, right?
Yeah.
And if you can't get a point on your own serve, it's not going to turn out well for you.
Well, just a reminder, coming up on this court, as you can see, Vargas has been chomping at the bit to get on here and take on Naomi Ross. She's going to do that here in a few minutes. But also make a note of the match between Munoz and Lawrence. That one is too close to call if I'm a betting man, because those two are very fit and fast, hit it hard. Anything can happen in that match, so that should be a fun one too. But coming up on this court, as you see, Vargas will be taking on Ross. We'll be back once those players are warmed up and ready to go.